What are your extroverted gifts? What can you and other INFJs do thanks to your second most conscious mindset, extroverted feeling? Stick around for today's show to find out. Before we delve into 6 of your INFJ strengths, it's important to point out that your second INFJ cognitive function or mindset, extroverted feeling, is one that develops with time. It's not the first one INFJs work on. That function is introverted intuition, or NI, and that's what all INFJs zero in on from the very beginning. It's the reason that they're imaginative, extremely curious, and just want to know how the world works. That said, all personality types have both an introverted function and an extroverted function near the top of their functional stacks. So for INFJs, the dominant function, or first and most important one, or mindset, is called introverted intuition, which I just mentioned. And the second that balances them out, the one that's extroverted, is called extroverted feeling. So extroverted feeling is the main way that you relate to the world. And extroverted feeling, first and foremost, wants to make other people happy. It wants to please them. It wants to maintain group harmony, as we'll see very soon. Extroverted feeling is a function that INFJs begin to develop in their later childhood years, their teen years, and late teen years, early adult years. Now, depending on your family, your growing up environment, and the amount of time and effort you've invested into developing FE, especially through things like work and relationships, you may or may not have a well-developed extroverted feeling function. Whether you do or don't doesn't matter. You can still develop it, and I'd highly recommend that you do. As I've pointed out in other content, it's one of the best ways that you can grow as an INFJ, to zero on this extroverted feeling, because it allows you to share all the great ideas, insights, and passions for helping people grow. It gives you a means for connecting with others and really pushing them to achieve their potential, or just to overcome whatever obstacles they're facing, or however you really want to help people. You can do that via extroverted feeling, because without it, you're unable to take all the great ideas, great potential that you have and use it to help others. But with it, you can unlock all that you have to offer. And while extroverted sensing is also part of your functional stack and an important part, it's way more difficult for you to control because it's less conscious than extroverted feeling is. So extroverted feeling is one of the best ways that you can really take all you have to offer the world and offer it. Without any further ado, let's take a look at 6 of your strengths that come from extroverted feeling. Extroverted feeling is all about group harmony. It wants to please other people, but it also wants them to get along. That's why most INFJs are happiest when they're in a group with people who appreciate each other and respect each other's differences and try to get along. And INFJs will go to great lengths to help other people understand one another. In fact, this is why one of their greatest gifts is peacemaking. So in a group of people, INFJs will go out of their way to help others see and appreciate differences, especially when 2 people are in conflict, to bring those relationships back together and to promote the harmony of the group. On a trip one time, I was traveling with my family, and we had been in the car for a long time, and everybody was really tense. And I just remember 2 members of my family feeling upset, and I was able to kind of explain to each of them why the other was feeling the way she was, and kind of help the 2 reconcile differences. And it wasn't anything amazing, but that process just helped everybody to get along a little bit better. And I think that's something that INFJs typically do really well. It's something that makes them great counselors, great listeners, and just great people persons. The same extroverted feeling function makes you want to include others, mainly because you can pick up on how other people are thinking and feeling, and you want them to be included. And it also enables you to empathize, so you can easily relate to how the outsider in a group might be feeling. So if you're at a party with friends, or you're in a work environment and someone new comes in, it's not unusual for you or for other INFJs in general to step out of your comfort zone to make that other person feel comfortable, especially as you grow and develop into your personality. And this is an extremely valuable thing in a group because it helps everybody to gel. It helps new members to acclimate more quickly and to feel welcome so that they can perform at their best and that everybody can get along better. So INFJs are really great at helping others fit in. Facilitating is another great role for INFJs, namely because it's in a small group of people where INFJs feel more comfortable, but where they can still help more than just one person at a time. And it also gives them the chance to employ that extroverted feeling gift again, because they can give everybody a chance to contribute and help the group to synergize, to appreciate each other's strengths and gifts and offerings, their opinions, their insights, and to just come away getting more out of the meeting than ever would have been possible before. INFJs know how to call out the members who might be a little more quiet, and when necessary, to step in front of the ones who are perhaps talking too much. And they all have those antennas, so to speak, that second sense, or I should say sixth sense rather, of what's happening in the group and how people are feeling. So they can empathize when necessary, or maybe even question something that someone else says that he's very certain of or she's very certain of, and just kind of keep the group dynamics harmonious and moving forward in a way where everybody gets more. And they get a lot of energy out of helping people grow in a group setting. Gift number 4 is empathizing. I've already alluded to it, but it bears repeating because it's so important, and it's something that INFJs really care about. They like helping other people feel appreciated, and they also have an ability to understand other perspectives. So people feel safe when they come to share with INFJs. They know that they're going to listen, and they know that the INFJ is going to try to understand where they're coming from. And this is an invaluable gift because other people don't always get the chance to be listened to, and they need to be listened to. So it's something really valuable that INFJs can contribute to others. There are many INFJs who've had the experience of listening to an absolute stranger pour out his or her heart or deep life struggles or challenges and not even expecting that that was going to come. I know I've heard from a bunch of INFJs who've said they've had that happen on a number of occasions when they weren't expecting it. And I think it's because people intuitively sense that they can trust INFJs and that they've found someone who will listen. And when the INFJ really wants to listen and doesn't feel manipulated, it can be a great gift to give other people. Here is a strength that I'm seeing more and more INFJs step into. And it's one that may come later in life, but it's one that a lot of INFJs gravitate toward, especially if they really care about a cause. Now, when you think about the stereotypical leader, if you're picturing someone standing at the front barking out orders, then you're not picturing the INFJ. And that's probably fairly obvious to you. INFJs tend to lead via inspiration. They love to share their ideas and their passion to help others, and they love to motivate others with that vision. They also lead by example. They get in there and they work toward the cause day in and day out, and they are trustworthy and passionate about what they do. Those characteristics, combined with INFJs' great communication skills and insight, can make them wonderful leaders. The sixth and final INFJ gift that I'll share with you that stems from extroverted feeling is teaching. INFJs often love to teach, and they don't just teach in a classroom setting with 24 kids and the teacher at the helm. They enjoy teaching in all kinds of environments, especially when they get the opportunity to teach in higher education or where they can be a specialist and share the knowledge that they've acquired, because INFJs love to learn and they love to share what they've learned in order to help others grow and achieve their potential. In fact, INFJs are really good at seeing the potential in other people and calling that out before the other people see it in order to inspire them to be who they were made to be. They love that about teaching. As I mentioned before, teaching can happen in one-on-one settings. It can happen in coaching settings, counseling settings. It can happen in small groups. It can happen in family or collegial relationships. It really doesn't matter what the environment it is, but INFJs really enjoy using the vehicle of teaching to help others grow. Do you want to learn more about INFJ gifts and why INFJs do what they do? Or more specifically, why you as an INFJ do what you do? I'd love to give you my book, The INFJ Personality Guide, absolutely free. And you can get a copy of this book to better understand yourself, what makes you tick, and to learn how to overcome common INFJ problems by texting the letters INFJ to the number 444999. Or you can visit ispeakpeople.com/INFJ-personality-guide. And I will post that link in the description below this video. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do that because I'm creating new content each and every week for INFJs just like you. I look forward to seeing you on the next show.